for us as a country, we got to stand united. We got to come together, and it shouldn't be kind of us against them. It should be, by all of us.
Have you thought about what you want to do in terms of your involvement? You said, it's going to take more than words. I mean, have you thought about, you said you don't have solutions, but have you thought about that?
I mean, I don't think anybody has a solution. I think everybody just has to play a part in just kind of keeping that dialogue open, that conversation open. I don't have a lot of very important people kind of reach out to me and want to do something. Seeing how they can help, how they can step up. So for me, it was just all about just getting everybody, not just athletes, but just get people out there, talking to the right people, talking to the community, trying to, have a voice for the community because they need it.
To do the SB's thing like that, open like that, was it because of what you posted?
Yeah, it was because of what I posted. I wasn't. I think those guys was already going to the SBs. I wasn't going to the SBs. Then they called. The guys called. We got them group text and said, we should use this platform for an opportunity to speak. And they said it was all because of what I posted. So I'm glad that the guys that I'm close with stepped up. They have a big voice in their own way, and we utilize that.
Why did you feel the need to do that, though? I mean,
what, the SBs or just in general?
Just in general, just to get another voice out there.
Nah, I mean, I've always kind of been outspoken about situations, things like that. But I was sitting home watching it, and it just hit me. It was like enough is enough, and it took me a while to kind of come up with that. After seeing it, a couple days went by, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up in the middle of the night and just started typing, and that's how everything came about.
Lakers signing Carmelo Anthony and trading Kyle Kuzma. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers have suffered a setback for this quest for the championship and the glory, but that does not mean that they can't come back next year and fight stronger for a better roster and another crack at a deep playoff run once again. Might Carmelo Anthony be the missing piece they need in free agency? It was great to see Carmelo Anthony return to the NBA and etch his name amongst the top 10 NBA scorers. With Anthony continuing to accept a lesser role, he still flourished as a third or fourth option. He has increased his value across the league tremendously. Carmelo Anthony will likely average double digits in his scoring next season as well. Melo, stay mellow. Could the Los Angeles Lakers take on a Carmelo at an aging start of his career? He's starting to age a little bit, but he's still a star to me. It has been made abundantly clear that Carmelo Anthony is desperate for having a lasting long shot in the NBA, and he is ready to play whatever role he needs. It is also known that he has talked to the Lakers about possibly joining the team. Actually, it was his representative that reached out to the organization. And if him and LeBron James are really close friends, so he may have a role for him as well. The relationship between Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James. One fun subplot from the series was the battle between Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, two players that will forever be intertwined as they came into the NBA together and have been good friends since. LeBron James fans have a partnership between the King and Carmelo, and this could happen in the offseason. Anthony is capable of scoring 20 points in a game, and he have done it multiple times and many times in his career, especially against some of the greatest players in the world like Kobe Bryant and James as well, and Davis. If those guys become double team, he will be available to knock down open shots because he's a veteran and he has ice water in his veins. For a chance to win the title, Carmelo Anthony would have to be able to take a lesser role, but he would have to take a minimum vet contract as well. Is he willing to do so? I think so. At this point in his career, to win a championship and to play with his buddy LeBron James, I think it's well worth it. James and Anthony have seen each other every step of their career from high school, and they're 17 years in the NBA as well. While it's obvious they have been wanting to play with each other, it's incredible that they'll be able to go head-to-head in a meaningful game. And one last time, case for Carmelo Anthony through the years. The history Carmelo Anthony and the Los Angeles Lakers go beyond the season. When the two sides were linked together, when Anthony was an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2014, he met with the Los Angeles Lakers and they reportedly offered him a four-year contract for 95 big ones, 95 smackers. Of course, Anthony ultimately declined and went to the New York Knicks, but the interest was still on point. The difference between 2014 and 2019, though, it is the Lakers probably could have signed Anthony if they wanted to, and it will cost a lot less. around 23 M's annually. After being waived by the Houston Rockets just 10 games into the season in 2019, Anthony had a difficult time gathering and garnering interest in other teams around the league. The Lakers reportedly considered signing him towards the end of the season, but both decided that it just wasn't the right time. Those talks were expected to pick back up in the summer, but they weren't able in spite of this close ties with the Los Angeles Lakers superstar and King LeBron James and James' public support. Now Anthony is playing the best basketball he's played in years with the Portland Trail Blazers, who James and the Lakers will see in the first round of the playoffs, but James doesn't have any resentment towards the Lakers for not signing his close friend, and he thinks things will always end up working out for both parties. Hey, it will work out just fine. You got to stay positive in these type of situations. Everything happens for a reason, James said, and everything works out the way it's supposed to. Obviously, I would love for him to be a Laker, but at this point, I'm not sitting here like, damn, he's supposed to be a Laker. He should be doing that for us. No, because what he's doing is for him. It was already written. It was already written. If it was written for him to be a Laker, he would have been a Laker. If not this year, the Lakers and Carmelo Anthony might have a chance to sign him to this contract. Case Carmelo Anthony, to the Los Angeles Lakers, the one scout spoke about the NBA analyst and on a network about potentially fitting Carmelo Anthony into the Lakers uniform. I think Carmelo Anthony would fit great with LA. He has more of a spot-up shooter, which would fit nicely alongside of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Anthony has the ability to post up, score one-on-one if the Lakers want to make him an impact signing for a vet minimum. Anthony would be worth the risk, which there is very little of with this move, Now, let's imagine how much a year can change things. 1 year ago, Anthony was not valuable asset at all, and many wonder how much longer will he be, able to play at a high level in the NBA. Since then, he has proven that he still has value in the league and is willing to take a lesser role, something that was questionable before signing with the Portland Trail Blazers. Although he still played 32 minutes per game in Portland, but he was easily the third or fourth best option on the team, which is still good for an aging star. Staying in Portland is a good fit for Carmelo, but he wants to add one more thing to his not accomplished resume in his career, and that's an NBA championship. So yeah, a team like the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Makers, could make him a champion. Kyle Kuzma is in trade rumors for this year, of course. Almost every year he's in trade rumors. While he did not get dealt during the deadline, I don't think it would be overly shocking if he did get dealt at the deadline. I do not think it would be, because he's been on the trading block for so long with the Lakers. And if they make a move with him in the offseason, no one should be surprised, especially the way he kind of, choked in the playoffs this year. And he didn't do well when he needed him to. We needed him to be a third option, and he just did not seem like he was looking to make those improvements or step up to the plate. Maybe it was too much pressure for him. But as I digress, that opens the door for Carmelo Anthony. He has to be okay with coming off the bench, being a sixth man. He will still get around 25 minutes per game, but having a moderately big role, but he'll likely not start, but he will be an impact off the bench. He would essentially replace Kuzma in that rotation. And as a Kuzma replacement, assuming that the team is good on, making that move and a return for Kuzma, I do not hate it at all. Carmelo would be a consistent spot-up shooter, and Kuzma is not likely going to be there. And there is a huge defensive difference between Melo and Kuzma. If Melo puts in the effort on the defensive end, he is much better on defense than Kyle Kuzma any day at this point. The Lakers will be getting even better with Melo. He will be a perfect player to replace Kuzma on the roster. Every kind of thing has been said about Melo not belonging to the league anymore, not fitting in with any team. The Lakers being the only hope because of his friendship with LeBron James, etc., etc. And probably, it has some truth to it, but Melo showed that he can do a lot of wonderful things, especially in these last 2 seasons with the Portland Trail Blazers. But still, Carmelo Anthony is a 10-time NBA All-Star, 6-time NBA All-Team, and look at this, 2013 scoring champion with an average of 24 points a game. Of course, he's 37 years old, and his defense and his selflessness remains a big issue, but provided accepting whatever role he has to play, he is in a good space to be able to do so, and he have enough to be able to get in the game and do well with the minutes he will be playing in the NBA. His scoring prowess can still be useful for most teams, especially if supplied at bunches off the bench. During the 2021 season with the Portland Trail Blazers, Anthony ended up averaging 13 points per game. Hey, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He shot 42% from the floor and knocked down 40% of his three-point attempts. Wow, those numbers are why the Lakers could have interest in signing Anthony in the offseason. After 14 points and a 123-114 loss to the Hawks, veteran Trailblazers guard forward Carmelo Anthony has cracked the NBA all-time scoring leading. Yeah, top 10 in all time. Let's go after him. So could he be signing with the Lakers?